What up, everybody? It's your girl Amanda Lockhart Davis. We got a special show today. Welcome to Life Uncensored, live navigating adulthood, one episode at a time. Today, we're doing a tribute to Stan Lee, creator of Marvel Comics. And he's got a birthday coming up. His birthday is December 28th, and we are going to just be talking about all things Marvel today. We got some fun guests. Against my better judgment, y'all, against my better judgment. But we got some fun guests. We're going to have some fun times, good conversation, good memories, all that good stuff. So make sure you tuned in, turn up the volume, take out all distractions, and buckle up tight. Right now, we've got coming to the stage returning guest, Daya Shakur. Daya is a retired Army vet and DMV native. He has been a comic book fan since he was about 7 or 8 years old, watching the Lou Ferrigno Incredible Hulk. He started buying comic books from the 7-Eleven in the hood, as he says, when he was around 10 years old. One of his favorite things about comics is some of the characters are right, i.e., his words, not mine, especially Thanos, because half of y'all need to go. Bring it to the stage, my friend, your friend, Daya Shakur. Daya! That's right, you better bring them sound effects.
Come on. Thank you for having me back. It's always a blast. Hello, everyone.
My friend Daya Shakur, y'all, I'm sorry in advance because he about crazy as they come. But he's one of the funnest people you ever meet. Thank you for doing this with me today, Daya. I appreciate you.
Yes, I'm back. I'm glad that you had my bike.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead and shout out our other favorite podcast.
Oh, I am the host of the Journey of a Jackass podcast. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But we are streaming on Apple, Spotify, iTunes. You know what I'm saying? We on YouTube. I'm everywhere. Everywhere you can look at something or you can hear it, I'm there.
That's Daya, Journey of a Jackass podcast. Check them out.
And I write books too.
And my friend writes books too. Good books. Not just he writes books. He writes good books. So check them out. Check them out. Next joining us is my brother, again, a returning guest, Keith Franks. Keith has been an avid comic book reader since childhood. He has always been a fan of both Marvel and DC universes, often discussing the similarity and differences between the two. One of the other things that he's often done is wondered why the female superheroes in both universes don't have back problems from how they've been drawn. Welcome to the stage, my brother, Keith Franks. What's up, bro? What's up?
I'm glad you like that, Daya. I'm glad you like that.
That's a very valid question.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. That's all I can do. I can only apologize. Against my better judgment, but here we are. We're going to have some fun with these two. I don't know how I feel about having them both in the same room, virtually or otherwise, but here we are. Y'all know me already and know that when I make a decision, I stand on it. So I'm standing on business with this decision to have these two together today.
I'm sitting here thinking about Storm and Wonder Woman now. Like, dang, hold on.
Yeah, bro, not just them, Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue. Yeah, Rogue. Yeah. Jessica Jones.
It's a chiropractor somewhere that's just like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a chiropractor between both universes who are like, bring them on, just bring them on.
even the aliens, like Gamora.
Yeah.
Hey, in the Dark Phoenix saga, remember the Dark Phoenix saga X-Men? When they was up there fighting the aliens, the Skrulls, some of the Skrulls.
Yeah.
Elantra. How about Elantra?
Not some of them, all of them.
All of them. Hey, the horny old comic book writers, man. Like what they were thinking about.
Well, it's funny. I got a friend, and we used to watch Wonder Woman, and now in our older age, he says that's the closest thing we had to porn back in the day. Watching Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you think about it, she was in the invisible jet. You never knew if she was using the bathroom or flying. Like, I mean, I don't know.
And listen, as little as that suit was, you know she was going commando.
Commando, yeah.
That wasn't commando. That's what she was wearing outside. She was wearing her Victoria's Secrets outside. That's it.
That was?
She was the Victoria's Secret before there was a Victoria's Secret. She just happened to have a lasso on her hip. That's it. That's it.
Now that I'm thinking about this now. I mean, somebody need to do some AI of these comic book heroes in some lingerie.
Okay, you do that. So the next episode, I have you.
You all know. Just
you
mention
like, let me share a screen
real
real quick.
On your timeline.
Right, exactly. Big brother now. Now that you just said it, now we're gonna start seeing it.
Yup. Oh yeah. Show up on my timeline.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, periodically throughout this episode, I'm just going to apologize. Okay, I don't know what else to do. Okay, you can't find me, so I'll just apologize.
I'm trying to think now.
Dog, even Kitty Pryde grew up.
Yeah, man. I was like, come on.
See the shit you done started.
Oh, man. I'm at the tend to some business after I get off this episode.
See what I'm saying?
Oh,
nonetheless, we are going to continue on. Thank you very much. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to do some rapid fire today. We're going to do some trivia questions today. We're going to do some what ifs. We're just going to talk about all things. We're just celebrating the life and legacy of Mr. Stan Lee, and the joy that he's brought us all with his creativity, his characters, his writing, all the good stuff. So
I miss his cameos. I miss it.
Reggie, what I do every time we watch a movie. What I do.
All the time. We wait to see how he's going to integrate himself into the movie.
Yeah. I miss his cameos because he worked with everybody. He worked with Sony. He worked with the MCU. He just wanted to be. He's like, oh, well,
this is my baby, and I want to take care of it.
Right. So, what's your favorite cameo?
Let me see. I'm probably gonna say when he was the bus driver in
Spider-Man.
He was the bus driver. Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah,
I like that one, and I like when he got the random drop of blood from the Hulk in the soda.
Oh
yeah.
Ed Norton's Hulk.
Yeah. I like the one when he's like he's the FedEx delivery. Tony Stank. I like that one, and the one where he's with the group of guys and they're all drunk at the Ultron, Age of Ultron, and they're at the party, and he's one of the drunk guys that they carrying out.
Because they was talking about the old military stories and stuff.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
They said that was a nod to Captain America, and that they could basically spin it that one of the old guys was but aged, like in an alternate universe where he didn't take the serum.
Oh, yeah! Imagine that.
What if?
What if? Yeah. What if?
Yep.
I'm mad they ended that show. That junk, it was good, especially the last one when Killmonger got the Ultron suit.
Yeah,
I was like, dang. Good. And he had the Infinity Gauntlet. I was like, dang.
They did so good with that. I mean, all the episodes, every episode had you on your edge of your seat. Like,
it
really
was just
I wonder if they're gonna bring. I know they're bringing Thanos back. I wonder if they're gonna bring Ultron back and all them back for the Secret Wars. I don't know.
You know what? That's quite a possibility, actually.
Yeah.
Because why not? If they can have Robert Downey Jr. come back as Dr. Doom and he's going to be on a different Earth, basically.
Yeah.
Why not do that with Ultron?
Well, what's the name? So you think about this though. In the Secret Wars, uh, Iron Man was Doctor Doom. Like you said, in the multiverse, he was Doctor Doom on another planet. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the good guy. He portrayed the good guy, but he wasn't, right? He was the Doctor Doom, smartest guy on that planet. Now I think in the Secret Wars, right? I think they're gonna have Captain Hydra, so they're gonna bring Steve Rogers back, but he's gonna be Captain Hydra. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's gonna be back. Both of them are gonna be back. I think they're gonna bring some other characters back too. I know the Beyonder. That's another way I think they're gonna incorporate. If they bring Kang back, I think they're gonna bring back. I think this is how I feel like they're gonna kill.
They do.
No, I'm gonna tell you this is how they're gonna kill Kang off. Kang is gonna go to the end of time. He's gonna find the Beyonder. It's just the way it's supposed to happen anyway. He kills the Beyonder. He takes the Beyonder's power. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Once he takes the Beyonder's power, he becomes the all-knowing, you know what I'm saying? The man, I've got his name, the man who knows everything. I forgot his name in the comic book. But Dr. Doom exudes the power from the Beyonder, the Kang level Beyonder. So that's how I feel like and Dr. Doom is going to run the Secret War. He's going to run the battle world. So,
you think they'll bring that to MCU or the cartoon?
No, the MCU.
You think so?
I think that's how they're going to kill the Kang character off. Robert Downey Jr. is going to go and he's going to be the Beyonder in the Secret War. He's going to be Beyonder Doom in the Secret Wars. I think that's how they're going to kill the Kang character off.
That's not far-fetched at all.
No,
they've done very good in the movies that they've made to stick pretty as close as they could to the comics. Right. So that was not beyond belief. That I could totally see that happen.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So you never know. You never know.
Well, while we're talking about villains, talk to me about, I want to hear from y'all your favorite superhero in Marvel and your favorite villain. You can only pick one each. Favorite superhero, favorite villain.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead with you. Reggie, okay. Go ahead and start.
My favorite superhero is definitely Peter Parker / Spider-Man. I think out of all the superheroes, all the characters that I've ever come into contact with throughout all the years, he is the most human. He has everyday problems, teenage problems. And it's just, it's amazing. All the times, even when I was younger, when I was reading what he was going through, you could relate to it. They were everyday problems that people had. You know what I mean? So I always have loved Peter Parker Spider-Man. That is definitely my favorite hero.
Okay.
Favorite villain, the Joker.
We are talking Marvel, sir.
We don't Marvel.
Okay, Marvel, my favorite villain. My favorite villain in Marvel probably would be, I'd have to say, Red Skull.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Couldn't tell.
Yeah. I'm curious about this one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he just, his amount of evil. I mean, there are other characters that do more, but he's driven. Mm-hmm. He in his purpose. Mm-hmm. So I've always liked Red Skull.
Interesting. Okay. All right, Daya, what about you?
My favorite superhero is I'm gonna be like, why him, right? Probably not, right? But my favorite superhero out of like all the guys that I feel like they haven't done enough justice for, I wasn't, because at first I was gonna say Luke Cage, right? At first I was gonna say Luke Cage, but I'm glad they finally introducing him. But, my favorite guy, literally, out of everybody in the MCU, my favorite guy is Star-Lord.
Really?
Yeah, Star-Lord. Yep.
Peter Quill?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I can't wait to hear this.
Now I'm gonna tell you why Star-Lord, right? Not because Star-Lord has an ability and a power, right? And if we doing this just based off of movies, right? We just doing it based off of movies, or we doing overall comics?
Up to you. Up to you.
Based off of the movies, I like in the MCU universe and everything, it's Star-Lord. Star-Lord is human, right? Human have extraterrestrial a god or whatever, ego's child, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not only that, but he has an uncanny power to bring teams together. He has the dumbest team. He has the dumb. They are literally a Marvel's Doom Patrol, right? And he put this team together, and they have saved the universe from some very, very powerful villains,
Mm-hmm.
like very, very powerful villains. Like, you know what I'm saying? You think about it. Like, he had to kill his own dad, Ego, the living planet. Like, they are. So I'm gonna go with him. And even though he cost them in the Infinity War, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he made up for it. He was part of the plan. Like, he helped put the plan together. So
Okay, Star-Lord.
yeah, Star-Lord. Yep.
Okay.
Star-Lord. So I mean, because I could have went with Daredevil. I could have went with Iron Man or one of these Doctor Strange, one of these guys. But no. He's an unsung hero for to me, Star-Lord.
Okay.
And my villain, you think I'm gonna say Thanos? I'm not gonna say Thanos. I'm gonna say a supervillain that a lot of people don't know about. But this man killed Captain America. He killed Deadpool. This man's killed a lot of people. And when he died, he went to hell and had to fight these people in hell and all that stuff. The Purple Man. The Purple Man had the Purple Man.
Wow, are you serious? You took it back.
Yep, the Purple Man.
You took it back.
Yep. And I like in Jessica Jones, when they introduced the Purple Man and Jessica Jones, I said, people don't even know who this guy is. This dude kills a lot of superheroes.
Yeah.
And what's the name? Captain America had to fight to get out of hell. Deadpool had to fight to get out of hell. Deadpool and Thanos met in hell, fought for ladies' deaths, for love in hell. And guess who sent him there? The Purple Man.
The Purple Man. I'm not mad at that. But okay, got a question though. With you saying that, heard people liking the Purple Man to Joker, to DC's Joker.
Somewhat. The Joker
obviously without the superpowers. But
I would say Joker was just a master manipulator. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a master manipulator. He wasn't that smart. He just knew how to talk to smart people. You know what I'm saying? So he could actually coerce the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could actually be like, hey, you will do this. And it would echo in their head till it get done. Till the task is complete.
Like you said, he's a master manipulator. He knew how to press buttons.
Yep.
Yeah. Instigating and all of that. Right. Yeah.
Nobody else got the Superman. He kills Lois Lane. Superman went batshit crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and the only person that is smart enough to understand how diabolical Joker is actually Batman. If it wasn't for him, Joker probably would take over the world.
His exact opposite.
Yeah, we talk about Marvel today, but have y'all? But in DC, I like how the Joker is the one that pushed Batman over the deep end. Yeah. Remember, because he killed the Red Hood,
right?
Pushed him over deep end, made Batman snap.
Yeah.
Into
Dark Joker. Dark Batman.
Yep, but we talk about Marvel today. We talk about Marvel.
Right.
So my favorites. I have so many for different reasons, but like if they were, the children, who you gonna save? You can only save one, right? It would be Wolverine because he's the anti-hero. And very much misunderstood. And like I feel like I relate to him. Like people walk in on him whooping somebody's ass, killing somebody. But nobody saw what happened before that to provoke him to show that aggression. Yeah. So he walks around with this almost like this chip on his shoulder, but really deep down, he's very passionate and he cares deeply, and all of those things. Like, he's more complex than just the surface. So that's why I love Wolverine. um I could spin it and be like Storm because she's my favorite, but we're going to just stick with one, and I'm gonna say Wolverine. And then obviously Thanos, because Thanos is almost exactly like Wolverine in a different way. Like, Thanos truly believes that what he's doing is the right thing to do, not realizing that there's a other side to his thinking, and there's other ways. And he's so into what he's trying to, again, enter Lady Death with Thanos too, right?
Yep.
He's so into what he's so like hyper focused on what he attention to the repercussions and all the other side of it, that he's like, okay, if I gotta sacrifice my own kid, if I gotta sacrifice myself, if I gotta, like, he does not, because he's so hyper focused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So those are my two favorites.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I like Thanos and all stuff, but I like the way, I don't think the way they built up the Thanos in the first Marvel series, like the first ones, the Infinity Saga. I don't think they're going to ever be able to build up to a big bad again like they did with Thanos. I don't think.
You mean in the MCU?
Yeah, in the MCU. No, I don't think they ever going to be able to do it. Like, if you think about it, and once we got to the multiverse saga, we got overdosed with Kang. It was Kang in the movie, yeah. Kang in every TV show. It was Kang. It was like they was beating us to death with Kang. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Instead of letting us figure it out, or bringing in Iron Lad. They bring in Iron Lad. They should have. This is just me personally, because remember, he traveled through time. He's the descendant of he's Nathaniel of the Fantastic Four. What's his name?
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards. Yeah, he's a descendant. Nathaniel Richards. King the Conqueror is Nathaniel Richards. So he's a descendant from the future. So he has the smart and technologies. Remember, the Iron Lad is a younger version. It's a 12, 13-year-old version of King the Conqueror. He went and pulled him out of time and put him back in this time so he can study what's going on and stuff like that. And he can help the then Avengers to fight him, to make a better fight for him once he came. Mm-hmm. I think they went about it wrong. I think before they introduced Kang, they should have did an Iron Lad project. They should have did some other projects instead of just going straight into it with Kang, if that makes sense.
I wonder though if that was something that was thought of, because we saw glimpses of that story, that version of Kang in Loki.
Yeah.
The second season of Loki.
With Victor Timely and stuff like that. And Victor Timely was the one. Victor Timely is the one that actually turns out to be the big bad. Like, he's the Victor Timely's the big bad. Like, out of all of them, besides the Council of Kangs, besides the Council of Kangs, but they all have their own fights. Now, if they had stuck to the Kang the Kang the Conqueror timeline, this is where you would have seen the teams. You would have seen Raham Matut. You would have seen the Dark Avengers. You would have seen with Hellstrom and all of those guys. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Doctor Strange. You know what I'm saying? Ghost Rider. All of them against him. You would have seen the Fantastic Four and these other guys against the other versions of Kang. Then you would see the modern version against the Centurion Kang, right? Mm-hmm. After the Centurion Kang, they would have all came together for the main Kang.
Yeah. Which is why I'm wondering if that's what they were hinting at with Loki. Like, that's where they were going with it, and then all that crap happened.
I first of all, I totally agree with you. The way they did with Thanos was masterful, because you didn't even know Thanos was pushing all of those buttons.
Yeah.
You really didn't know until the end, when it came full circle, and it was like, well, yeah, he really was the one that gave Loki the knowledge to go and do what he did all the way back in Avengers 1 and stuff like that. It was masterful, but I don't think they had the patience to do another 10-year project when it came to Kang. They didn't have the patience, because what you're saying is absolutely right. And you could have seen so much more, but I think they kind of, I don't want to use the word panic, but they didn't think that we not the three of us that are purists, but
Yeah.
the average would wait another 10 years because it really took a long time for the Infinity Saga to come about.
Yeah.
But it made you want more. But it's like everything else in this world. It's like add water and bit bam boom. But we're willing to wait. They didn't think we were willing.
So what do you think? You think they felt like strike while the iron's hot. Now it's starting to cool down.
Yeah,
so let's not do this again.
I think Guy is absolutely right. Soon as because we were all chomping at the bit for Kang.
Yeah.
And then they overloaded it. Everything was Kang.
Everything was Kang. Quantumania, Kang. Loki, Kang. Everything was Kang. So we had to look forward to shows like Echo and Hawkeye to get a break.
Right.
From Kang. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like even with the Scarlet Witch project, right? Even during then, there were hints of Kang in there. Like there were hints of Kang in there. Shang-Chi, the rings, futuristic technology from Kang. So it's like they were hinting around with this at all time. So it's like I think they were trying to hurry up. Now, what I think they should have did, this is me personally, they should have gave us a couple movies. They should have gave us a couple movies, a couple of them shows instead of overloading us with all these shows about characters we don't care about. Nobody cares about She-Hulk. Nobody cared about Echo. Nobody cared about. I mean, they all played their little parts, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Miss Marvel played their parts down there in the Marvels. You know what I'm saying? Everybody played their part, whatever the case may be. You still got to show the street level stuff with Marvel because there's a lot of street level stuff, right? But they should have did all of this. They should have did all of this, and then boom, we should have got a movie. We should have got an Avengers movie with them fighting their first variant of Kang. Life after Tony Stark's death. We should have had out. We should have did 2 movies, these series, 1 more movie, and then our first Avengers movies with life after Tony Stark fighting the first variant of Kang. So now that they know everybody's aware of the multiverse now. Now you look at it, only people that's aware of the multiverse is off the grid.
So
Doctor Strange
don't you
off the
think
grid.
though? Don't you think though that may have been where they were going when all that controversy happened?
No.
Why do you say that?
No, because of the series of movies they was putting out. If you look at the
leading up to, you mean? I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Now even with this Captain America, right? This Captain America don't have nothing to do with it. Didn't they maintained the script? Like they didn't go in there. They added a couple more action scenes and all this stuff. They maintained the script, but this Captain America movie that's coming out didn't have nothing to do with Kang. He wasn't gonna see Kang in this. He wasn't gonna see no variants of Kang. He wasn't gonna see nothing. What they're doing with this, which is why they're indexing Armor Wars. What they're doing with this is they're introducing animatium to the world because Tiamat is hanging out north of the continent. So they're introducing animatium to the world, introducing the X-Men. So there's a difference. And then with the Red Hulk and other Hulks being created by the leader, they're working on the World War Hulk project, stuff like that. They're starting to veer away from not only the main characters in the MCU, but they're moving towards a different timeline.
Absolutely. They're now starting to work on introducing the gathering of the X-Men with the Avengers, and then the Fantastic Four, and and
I feel like they're diluting it a little bit because, like I said, with the first 10 years, they stuck so much to the comics. But like you said, if they are going in the direction of World War Hulk, that's kind of, for lack of a better word, corny because in the Thor movie with his sister, when he goes, that's really where World War Hulk, where he meets Hulk.
It's a car. Yeah, it's a car.
Yeah.
Look, it's a car. So that's what I said when I saw the pictures. When I saw Hulk was in Sakaar, I was like, "Oh, we about to get a World War Hulk."
Yes.
I was like, "Oh, good." And then
you said that too, Reggie. You said that.
Yeah, they was supposed to. World War Hulk is Sakaar, right? And the Hulks come and they take over the planet. So I don't like how they introduce Scar. So how did Scar come about? Hey, let's think about this. He just showed up in She-Hulk. Where did Scar come from? Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of this is like they're jumping around too much. Like what we get Scar without World War Hulk, we get Sakaar without that. If they did when they did Sakaar, another thing a person they should have introduced was Beta Ray Bill. They should have.
Where's he coming out in? He's supposed to be in something coming up. But you're right. But he's
Really?
supposed to be coming in something. And yeah, I can't. I gotta research it. But I heard he's going to make an appearance in something coming up.
Beta Ray Bill should have been in at least two of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Beta Ray Bill should have been there. When they introduced Adam Warlock, Beta Ray Bill should have been there because Beta Ray Bill is one of the people that can wield the gauntlet. They should have introduced him. Adam Warlock can wield the gauntlet, so can Beta Ray Bill. So I don't know why they didn't introduce him.
I didn't know that we were supposed to be seeing him soon. That's new to me.
Yeah, Beta Ray Bill should have been introduced. They had in Sakaar, they had pictures of him. Remember when they was zooming in on the tower? When they were zooming in the tower, they had two pictures of the Hulk on the side, and in the middle was a picture of Beta Ray Bill. Go back and look.
And don't forget, in the animated series, he's on Sakaar because he fights the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he says, Hulk, I know about you. And I'm once when Hulk hit him and he came back to his senses, he was like, I know about you and you can come with me. And Hulk was like, no, I don't want to really go back. Yep. And then also in the animated series, he was actually introduced in the Avengers animated series through Thor.
Yep.
Because they was fighting the shadow demons.
Yep.
So it's they gotta pick what they want to follow. They jump all over the place.
I kind of feel like what they're doing, and we've talked about this before, is they are battling, appeasing the purists who are comic book fans, while also trying to introduce this new audience who are just movie fans and MCU only. They've never seen a comic book. They don't know any of these people's backstories, blah, 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 blah. They're trying to bring on that new audience and strike their interest while at the same time trying to appease those who have been following since before there was such thing as a movie or a cartoon or whatnot. And I think that's the main struggle. And so when you get, like you said, like the She-Hulks and the Echoes and stuff like that, yes, we need to know, we as in those who only follow the movies and blah, 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 need to know who these people are for later conversation. But if there's no real context behind it, it doesn't help those like the three of us who have been following and already knew who all these people are. You're like, why are you doing it like that? Where are you going with this?
And like, if you think about it, right? And they started this in the first initial phases. Like, I give you an example, right? Ant-Man was a lesser known character. They kind of forced Ant-Man on us.
Yeah.
But it was a bigger play because of the quantum realm, right? Mm-hmm. But Ant-Man has always been a lesser known character, and they forced him on us. Now, how they did with She-Hulk, like you brought up She-Hulk, one of the things they could have did everything better with She-Hulk. Now, She-Hulk, when Abomination did his little camp or whatever the case may be, he had a hub of supervillains there. A lot of those guys in there were like long-term supervillains. They're supposed to be wreaking havoc in the MCU. We got introduced to in a group meeting. You know what I'm saying? Kevin, the machine ship at the end is like the supreme being, Earth's supreme being, and we got introduced to it in a funny way. Like that's not the way it's supposed to work. You know what I'm saying? So
I think they had to force Ant-Man on us though, and because he is an original Avenger.
Yeah.
And there's so many backstories because don't forget.
You talking Hank Pym.
Right. Well, okay. Hank Pym is an original Ant-Man is an original Avenger. And he plays so much of a role because don't forget, Hank Pym and Tony Stark in the comic books created Ultron.
Right.
It wasn't Bruce. Right. So they had to introduce.
Spoiler alert for those who are about to go read the comic books.
And in the movies, Pym was already an old man. Yep. So then they had to come with what's the other guy?
Scott.
They had to come
Scott, yes.
Right. And but again, they were trying to incorporate all of the original Avengers.
Yeah.
Even though Scott wasn't an original, but Ant-Man was.
Well. So I'm gonna tell you how they messed that up. Right. I'm gonna tell you how they messed that up. Who was the original Avenger that we didn't? Who was the original Avenger that we didn't get to meet till the second phase? Till we. Yeah, no. Now, until till phase 5. Who was the original Avenger that we didn't get a chance to meet the stage 5? Namor. He should have. Namor was an original Avenger, and we didn't get a chance to meet him until Black Panther 2.
Met him.
Yeah, just met him. He's the original Avenger. So he was one of the very first. He was one of the very first comic books drawn up by Marvel.
Yeah. And Amanda, getting back to your story about Wolverine, along with Wolverine, he's one of the very first anti-heroes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
you know what? I wasn't even thinking about that as far as Namor. You're absolutely right when you say it like that.
And we just got a Namor movie, and then I'm gonna tell you where they hinted at Namor. They hinted at Namor. Remember in the beginning of Endgame when they was having a meeting. They was having a meeting and everybody was on the screens, and then the Black Widow was talking to Okoye. She's like, "Hey, there was a underwater disturbance off the coast of Wakanda."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, and she's like, "Don't worry about it. It was an underground earthquake. Don't worry about it." I believe at that time they was actually going to war with Wakanda, and Okoye was like, "Don't worry about it.
Right, none of your business.
Mind your business.
Don't worry about your pay grade."
Right.
So they was hitting that Namor then in Endgame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right.
Way to connect the dots.
Yeah.
Right?
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you guys, as far as, because we've been talking about the difference between what we know in the comic books versus what we've been seeing in the MCU, the cartoons and whatnot. Do you have a preference? Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the purity of the comic books, or do you prefer what they've done with the cinematic universe?
Well, me personally, the volume of the comic books has become too much. Like, it's impossible to keep up with because there's so many different storylines.
And in the correct order.
And in the correct order.
Wait, Day. Not storylines, variants.
Variants. Yeah, variants. There you go, variants. Yeah, so it's like you got Avengers Black, Avengers Dark, you got the Mighty Avengers, the Ultimate Avengers, you got all these different
West Coast Avengers.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So now the volume is so much, it's hard to keep up with. You would have to go all the way back to the beginning and then read through it. You just can't pick up in the middle. Now, as far as what they're doing now with the movies, I can appreciate it because I'm seeing a lot of the stuff that I read or the stuff that, you know what I'm saying? I can appreciate what they're doing with it. But I also, because I've read comic books, we're reading comic books and stuff, I also see what they're missing out on. So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the MCU, I like what they're doing. I just think they need to introduce there are high level bad guys that I feel like they need to introduce, and there are high level comics that they need to do better at bringing it to limelight. Like guys like Namor and stuff like that. They need to bring in the limelight.
So what I'm hearing as a final answer to the question is MCU is what you prefer.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah. Right at this point, yeah, the MCU.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a cheat.
Okay, go ahead and cheat.
I like the storylines of the comic books over the MCU because after dedicating so much of my life to Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., loving that character, and Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, when they died, it ripped my heart out to know that they weren't coming back. Now, this was before I realized that they were actually coming back, just as different variants of themselves. So that ripped me out. So I'm going to go in the middle and say I like the animated MCU better because they get to come back. Like
what if?
When not even a what if, but even with the Avengers Assemble and Earth's Heroes, when Tony Stark disappeared and they thought they lost him, but then they found him on Battle World.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They always get to come back. They don't necessarily get to come back in the movies. You know, the fact that, like I said, they are bringing back Robert Downey. They are bringing back
Chris
um,
Evans.
Chris Evans, and so forth and so on. It has helped me out some, but when they died, man, I felt like I lost a family member.
Yeah, especially that, man, especially the way Iron Man, when Iron Man died, I was like, oh man, all you heard was people in the movie theaters.
Well, because it became a full circle moment from when in the original, I mean not the original, but the first Avengers, when him and Cap are arguing, and Cap is like, Ninja, listen, you ain't the one to throw your life on the line for nobody else. You only care about yourself. You know, that whole thing. It like brought it all back full circle. And it was like his character developed. And he did put his life on the line. Now look, he gone. You know.
That's the very heart of Iron Man. He comes off as a total asshole. But he will die for you. Like, I thought the whole arc reactor with the inscription was masterful. This proves that Tony Stark actually had a heart. But we all know deep down he always had a heart. Even if you go back to the old Iron Man cartoons from the 70s and early 80s. But he comes off as a total jerk.
But it's just it's his own iron shield around himself, like almost.
He shows it in little quantities when he goes and takes the nuke up to the you know,
the wormhole.
Right. He was willing to die when he jumps right on that rocket to save Doctor Strange. He didn't think he was coming back. But everybody thinks that he's such a jerk.
So arrogant.
You know,
he was floating around in outer space, knowing that he was going to run out of oxygen.
Right. Right. Playing cards with Nebula, of all people.
Right. Of all people. Right. No, I'm with it. Okay. Let's talk about real quick, and then we're going to hit some rapid fire questions. But first, let's talk about, and listen, y'all, and I should have gave this disclaimer at the beginning of the episode. This is going to be a longer episode than y'all used to because so much to talk about.
Yeah.
What I need from you guys now, all right? 3 favorite Marvel movies. Doesn't have to be MCU. It could be Sony, but 3 favorite Marvel movies.
That's on me?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Well, my 3 favorite Marvel
only
movies,
3.
Yeah, only 3. And this is no particular order, right?
Yeah, no particular order.
No particular order. I'm gonna go. The first one is gonna be Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War. Right? And I chose the Infinity War because the Avengers lost. And they lost the way they were supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like they fought and
they lost hard.
They lost hard. They fought in every aspect, everything. It kind of humanized the team. Made it like, dang, they don't win every battle. Right? So definitely that one, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna go after that. I'm gonna go Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Civil War. Captain America Civil War.
Not bad.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go the last Spider-Man. The last Spider-Man was good, but they had all 3 Spider-Mans.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. They had that joint playing the last 2 nights in a row.
Yeah. So yeah,
that and Iron Man 3, they had playing the last 3 nights in a row. Me and Zay been watching.
I don't think they did a bad job with any of those Tom Holland Spider-Mans. The other one, the older ones, were okay, but I don't think they haven't missed the mark with none of these Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish that they would have introduced Craven earlier, Morbius earlier, or they introduced them in the movies. Because right now, if you go all the way back to the original Spider-Man from the early 2000s, he's fighting the same people.
Yeah.
You know, he's fighting the
Each
same
time.
people.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
they never got to Craven. They
Mhm.
never got to Morbius. They never, you know, he never got to fight the Sinister Six. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I don't. They're even. We should have been seeing the Red Team by now.
Oh yeah.
Or it's Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Deadpool. We should
Uh-huh.
have been. We should have been seeing this by now.
Uh-huh.
But and fun fact, Marvel. I mean, Sony. This just came out 2 days ago. Sony is trying to sell the Spider-Man franchise to the MCU.
I seen that.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
And they
I just
should.
yeah.
As they should.
Mhm.
But yeah, those are my three.
Those are your three. Okay, Reg.
Yeah.
Before I give you my three, I'm gonna say this. I'm hoping the MCU gets a little bit more established because I think as purists, we also like seeing that the conflicts that superheroes have with other superheroes, and they tend to fight it. Like I would love to see Spider-Man fight Daredevil.
Mhm.
Like have a misunderstanding and have a conflict, and then of course work it all out in the end
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
they both has Kingpin as a central
Yes.
nemesis.
Yeah.
So I would love to see something like that.
Mhm.
Well, they tried it in She-Hulk. Daredevil and She-Hulk folk, remember? They tried it.
Yeah,
And it was kind of corny.
yeah, yeah, but
Not
they
the
was
same.
fighting for some yams. It was different.
Yeah.
My number one favorite is the original Avengers. Just to see them all come together.
Mhm.
And the conflict I was just talking about, there was some of that in the original Avengers.
Yeah.
Mostly, like you said, Cap and Iron Man,
Mhm.
Man, and Thor. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
so it was some of that in there, but that to see them all come together where they had been like basically nipping at each other's heels the whole movie, and then all of a sudden when New York gets invaded, it's like well, first of all, when they go to break Loki out of the carrier, and then all of a sudden Iron Man and Cap is like, he's like, yo, go get your suit.
Yo, fuck that. Listen, we ain't got time.
Yeah.
You see them start to come together.
Yeah.
So that was very, very good. The
Okay.
second one would be my second one would be Winter Soldier. I love Samuel L. Jackson in that movie. And I think them introducing Bucky. I wish we as purists know, but I wish we could get a little bit more of a backstory on Bucky, from when he used to be Cap's protector,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and up until being his sidekick,
Mhm.
and then well,
They gave us like one tiny small glimpse of that.
and I really messed that up because in the comics he was never his protector. In the movie he was his protector.
Yeah.
But then he became his sidekick, sort of like a Robin. And, but the Winter Soldier, I love that. That would probably be my second. And probably my third would be Spider-Man. Is that Multiverse of Madness, the one with Doctor Strange?
That's Doctor Strange.
That's Doctor Strange. With America
the one where Spider-Man and Doctor Strange are, is that No Way Home?
That's No Way
Home.
No Way Home. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going outside of MCU. I mean, I do have some MCU, but Black Panther for obvious reasons. I'm not even going to say why. Just Black Panther. X-Men Apocalypse. I love that one because I like what they did with Apocalypse in that movie. I like how they gave us glimpses of Dark Phoenix via Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I liked how they started to give us glimpses of the relationship between not Silver Surfer, Quicksilver and Magneto. Like they legit went back to the comic books, literally page by page on that one. And then, quite frankly, and quite selfishly, my favorite scene when Quicksilver is doing this thing, getting all them people out the house to my song, like that joint was just fire. I can watch that joint over and over and over again nonstop. Like You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Before the Purple Man, I was gonna say Apocalypse because actually in that scene he reincarnates himself. He's not dead. He burns away, but he reincarnates himself
for the moment. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's only gone for the moment.
I just like I like how it showed us. It gave us a few like. This is where they introduced us to Storm. This is where we start to see a little bit more about. Help me out. The purple chick.
Who? What's her name?
Not Electra. Oh my God.
No. It's not.
Y'all know Psylocke.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Psylocke.
Psylocke.
I just look. I was like,
yeah, exactly. So I like how we get to see the different. It was like they were giving us quick flashes of origins. You know what I mean? Like making us thirsty for more. So that's why I love Apocalypse.
Well, I mean, so this my thing right here with the Storm part about that. Not to cut you off on your top three, but remember Storm and Black Panther was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Storm and Black Panther,
they were more than a thing.
They was more than a thing. So those were the origin stories I thought they were going to do with Storm. Yeah. I thought they were going to start them from there.
I didn't think so. I think because it would have been too early for where they were going with the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously they were two different, Sony versus MCU, obviously, but yeah, I didn't expect that, especially not right off the bat. I mean, they can't. Listen. Let's keep it a buck. They can't have all that extra black love all in one.
Hey, matter when you done with your list, I want to replace one of my movies. But go ahead.
Okay. Oh my gosh. And then I gotta say, and it's hard because so I'm gonna say Endgame with X-Men Days of Futures Past as a close second to that. And the reason why I choose Endgame, outside of the obvious, the frills and thrills, obviously, but I feel like the way they executed that movie and wrapped it up in a nice little bow, kind of going back to what you said earlier, Reggie, they were like, okay, y'all, this is it. It is called Endgame for a reason.
Yeah.
So get prepared. And the way they did very small things that are so significant that we're still seeing them in brand new memes today, like the On Your Left. Like that, when you heard On Your Left in the movie theater, you couldn't hear nothing else. You had to go back and watch the movie because you missed what happened 10 minutes later, because people were still going off about On Your Left. You know what I'm saying? When Cap caught the Mjolnir. Just all of that, right? When all the superhero chicks came down and they were like, no, we got this. Y'all go handle that over there. We got this right here. There was just so many parts in that movie. There was just so many parts in that movie that were so memorable and made the crowd stand on its feet that you had to go back and see it again because you missed it because of all the standing on your feet, screaming and hollering at what just happened. You know what I mean? So Endgame for me is definitely in that top three. Like I said, with the close second, as an honorable mention, Days of Future Past for X-Men.
I'm not saying that the movies that you mentioned, I'm gonna let you get to your do-over. I'm not saying I'm Sony biased. That's why I don't even think of I'm Sony biased. I am. I'm not even going to lie. But I got a question for you. How many times have you watched Endgame?
Me?
Daya.
Yeah. I watched it a ton. Yeah, a ton of times.
That's how many times I watched it.
How many? Once. Wow.
I can't stand to see him die again.
Oh man. And it's sad every time.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yep. Like you don't know it's coming.
But then you talk about it all the time.
But no, seriously, no. I have not seen the whole movie through, except for the one time. But
I'll watch Infinity War.
I'll watch it I purposefully okay, they ain't my scene yet. Okay. Oh, now they're in my scene, and I watch particular scenes, but I can't bring myself to watch the whole thing through again.
I can get to one right before Black Widow throw herself off. After that, it's a wrap, bro.
That part right there.
Let me put on NHL.
All right. What's your do-over?
Okay. So, and this is gonna be completely fire. Y'all ain't even gonna be thinking about this one, but I'm gonna take Civil War off my list, even though that's my honorable mention. Civil War.
Okay.
But my third, you know what I'm saying? I told you Infinity War, you know what I'm saying? And then Far From Home, or whatever the last Spider-Man was.
No Way Home.
No Way Home, right? Mine is Blade 1, the first Blade. He's the character that kept the MCU alive.
Yeah.
With the first Blade. The first Blade. Yup.
Oh, you get the slow clap for that one. You get the slow clap.
Yep, the first Blade. Yep.
Yeah.
That movie right there, it made enough money in that movie to make the Daredevils, the Electras, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so the first Blade. Yep. And they made a trilogy out of it.
They did. Yeah. I'm not mad at that. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
All right, I'm about to hit y'all with some rapid fire. And y'all can answer together, it don't matter. Just rapid fire. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Storm or Rogue?
Storm.
Wolverine or Cyclops?
Wolverine.
Spider-Man or Venom?
Spider-Man. Venom.
Ability to fly or ability to be invisible?
Fly.
Ooh. I think invisible.
I imagine how many banks you could rob being invisible, but I'm still won't fly. I would like it's cheaper than American Airlines.
Listen. Oh, you want to go rob banks? Oh, bro, I got a whole.
Slow down. Slow down. You got a wife. Okay.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. You can't give certain people powers. I'm invisible. I'm be like, oh, I wonder what they got going on in Bank of America today.
Wait a minute, I banked there. Watch this now.
They be like, man, they be like, be mad. They be like, in Saudi Arabia, four trucks of gold and went missing.
I'll tell you something. If I was invisible, my superhero name would be Ooh. Because every time I walk past somebody, they go, woo!
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
I definitely take flying though. Imagine, man, you know how many, because I was about to say this stuff like I was on my show, but you know how many women I would have like, come on, baby, let's go for a ride. I just take off my arm. You know what I'm talking about?
Come on, baby. Where you want to eat tonight? You want to go to Italy? All right, let's go.
just hold on tight. Just put your coat on, hold on tight, get a little chilly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lord have mercy. All right.
Yeah.
Control weather or people's minds?
People's minds.
Weather.
Huh. Okay, y'all got to tell me why.
Reggie?
Why weather?
For me, weather, I would just like that more than people's minds. I mean, listen, I can't be invisible and control people's minds. Let me just say that.
Man. Like imagine sneaking into the White House and the president about to make a dumb decision, and then you just be like,
"No, nigga, no."
Yeah, come on, bro.
The weather, being able to have it, 78 degrees and no humidity, or just like a beautiful snowstorm on Christmas Day. For me, it's weather. It's weather.
All right, I guess.
Man, I'm controlling
I'm
people's
not
minds.
mad at you. That's just not why I thought you was gonna say weather. So I'll leave it at that.
Not people's minds. I can't listen. Like you said, some people shouldn't have certain powers. I shouldn't have the power to control minds, bro.
I'll be out there joint. I'll be out there at a concert, be like this in the front row like this. It'd be like Cardi B or something like this. I'm like, take all your clothes off. butt naked. And we like this. I'm like, now have your security come and get me out the crowd. I go in the back, handle some business real quick, and then go home. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I be like, yo, man.
This what we doing, Daya? That's what we doing.
Hey, man, listen.
Or you can be invisible at the Cardi B concert on the stage, and she keep going.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'll be like this. I'll be in Hollywood. I'll be like, I'm like they'll go in there for audition. Like, I'm in this movie. Good, congratulations. How much money do you want? You know how much money. You know how much money I want. Hey, like,
I love it.
This dude just came out of nowhere and he's getting paid $20 million a movie, and he sucks. Like, I be one of them actors that would have to grow on you. But I'm gonna be in every movie. I'm like, I would call people, hey man, how you doing? Like, what's up, man? How you doing? Where you at right now? Oh man, I'm in California. Drive to DC.
Really?
I'm on the way.
Really?
I'm gonna do that to people I don't like. and then drive to DC nonstop. Only time you to
I
stop.
need the oil change though.
Only time you would have stopped is to get gas and food.
Oh, you're gonna at least feed them. You're gonna at least let them eat.
and then when he get here, I'm gonna give him a high five and then make him drive back.
All right, you go. Peace.
Petty.
Appreciate you. You petty.
Hey, petty.
All right. Go without being able to touch someone with your bare hands, or without being able to look at someone with your eyes.
Nah, without the eyes.
You'd rather
be blind?
Go without like Cyclops can't take off his joint.
But he can still see though.
He can see, but if he takes off his joint, he gonna hurt you unless you Phoenix, unless you Jean Grey, you can control it for him. So, would you rather?
I want that.
You want to keep that? So you rather not be able to touch people with your bare hands or with your bare skin?
No, yeah, I would rather have that because, like, man, imagine you be wanting to have sex and then every time you do it and you kill the person. Like, come on, man.
Why can't you just take their powers like Rogue? Why you gotta kill them?
I gave her the best she ever had. It killed her.
I'm just saying, like, oh baby, you give them a hug and they shrivel up in your hand. No, man.
I do that now.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
No, man. I want the eye thing.
I probably would want to be Cyclops other than Rogue, just from following her through the old X-Men cartoon in the 80s and really know how bad. Like, it's actually sad that she can't have physical contact with people.
There's no, she can with there's a couple people with Magneto. Yeah, there's a couple people.
A couple people.
Yeah,
a couple. It's always a couple, but
not the people she love.
She loved Gambit.
She can't get with Remy.
Yeah, Remy LeBeau.
Remy
LeBeau. Man, I hope they bring. You know what was crazy at the end of Deadpool Wolverine? Channing Tatum, somebody opened the portal for him.
The portal stayed open; it never closed, and he hopped in that mug before it closed.
I thought it closed because he said, "Oh, well, I'll come." Because I thought he was talking to somebody.
I thought it was because it stayed open. So now I need to go back and look at that scene. But I thought it was because it was still open and hadn't closed yet.
No, he was talking to somebody.
Okay, listen. You might be right. I need to go back and.
I actually liked him as Remy. I liked him as
I love him as Gambit.
Me too. Me too.
I love it. Yes.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Be a millionaire. Be a billionaire, or be a genius.
A genius.
A genius.
Really?
Yeah.
If I'm a genius, I can make $1 billion.
I can make $1 billion, yeah.
But if you're a billionaire, you can pay other people to think for you.
But if you think about this, though, name a genius and name a genius that's in the MCU that's broke. The leader wasn't broke. He's a villain. He wasn't broke. Tony Stark wasn't broke.
You're right when you say an MCU. I think in my head, the way I was thinking about it was more or less like, yeah, but most geniuses are batshit crazy.
No, Tony Stark wasn't.
But they're geniuses. But when you say it like that, you brought me back. You brought me back, so
Yeah.
you're right. I agree with you.
Dr. Doom, rich, genius. He's a genius.
T'Challa.
Yeah. No,
Genius.
you're absolutely right.
Reed Richards. Reed
Reed
Richards
Richards.
might be the
Reed
brokest
Richards.
genius in the MCU.
Yeah, for real. No. It's Ironheart. Oh girl. Because she's a college student.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. She built an Iron Man suit in her dorm room.
And she's actually smarter than Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. But I
Okay, so genius.
she's up and coming. You talk established, Reed Richards is the brokest genius in the MCU.
Yeah. For real. And he's still living in the Avengers Tower. AKA
In the Baxter building.
In the Baxter building.
And Amanda, he got an invisible girlfriend. I just need you to know that. He got an invisible girlfriend.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Have blue skin or green skin?
Blue.
Green.
Why you say green?
Why?
Because the green symbolizes strength, the Hulk.
See, and I know we're talking MCU, and this is all about the MCU, I promise you. But when she said green skin, I thought about the chick that Captain Kirk smashed. That's why I said
wow. Wow.
I didn't want to be that person, bro.
Trek.
Hey man.
Star Trek. Wow. And the original joint.
Yeah, the original. Yeah, the original.
And the real quick off key, the remake was good, but the original joint where back in the day they didn't actually show it, but you saw the next morning my man was just putting his boots on.
Yeah.
The insinuation.
Yeah. It's like, I'm like, man, my man, Captain Kirk was out there laying it down everywhere. He ain't cared the race or the species of the woman. He's like, no,
did not. You got a hole? Got it. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
Cured all STDs in the 23rd century.
Hey man.
All right. Thanos or Apocalypse?
What they fighting?
No, which would you rather be?
Apocalypse.
However you take it.
No, Apocalypse.
I would say Apocalypse, yes.
Apocalypse. So have you ever seen that the show Heroes?
Mm-hmm.
And you remember the dude Siler? He would kill all of the other people with superheroes so he could take their powers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he had like infinite amount of powers. They was trying to kill him, but they couldn't kill him because they couldn't find a spot to kill him in. That's Apocalypse. Yeah. Apocalypse has all the different powers of all these different mutants and stuff like that. And to this day, and people still don't know how to kill Apocalypse.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Last one. Doc Ock or Kingpin?
Doc Ock.
No, I'm gonna go with Kingpin.
Really?
Yeah, Kingpin.
Pray tell.
Kingpin has the power, the influence, the money. He controls the police. He don't got to hide. Doc Ock got to hide. He got his arms and all that stuff. Yeah, cool, got it. He can lift a refrigerator in the car. Got it. But Kingpin,
not a refrigerator in the car.
I'm just saying, Kingpin, what he can do, if he need that car and that refrigerator move, he can call the police and have them do it for him. He can call. He's a criminal mastermind. They eventually it becomes the mayor of the city. That becomes a politician. Like this man has the power. Like, and then he's brutally strong. Like he has superhuman strength. Yeah. One thing people don't know about that man, he has superhuman strength. So I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, Kingpin. And how many times you just seen people just flat out beat up Kingpin?
No. Probably Daredevil, but no. I don't know.
Every time he's had an interaction with Daredevil, he was washing Daredevil. Daredevil just started getting his bearings together, like in the movie, he was getting washed. Like every interaction, Hawkeye ain't scared of nobody, but he was scared of the big man. Mm-hmm. Kingpin. Mm-hmm. Echo, they had to do some mind stuff on him so he wouldn't destroy the whole the reservation.
I'm with that.
Yeah, Kingpin.
I'm with that. What did y'all think about what's his name? Vincent
He's a perfect Kingpin. Don
I think
Donofrio.
so. Yes, him. Yes.
Yeah.
I think so too. I love him as Kingpin. I want to see him in a movie as Kingpin.
You know that's Gomer Pyle, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes,
Gomer
yes.
Pyle.
Gomer
That's
Pyle.
Gomer Pyle.
Gomer Pyle?
Yeah, remember the movie Full Metal Jacket?
Oh, Pyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Private
just always
Pyle.
remember him from Law and Order.
He's in everything though. He's
Man,
in so much stuff.
Yeah, he was
Identity.
He was in
Pyle.
Men in Black. He's
Men in
got
Black.
range. He
Yeah.
got range. Yeah.
But I like him as Kimmy. He's one of the characters that I feel like I'm glad that they kept him and Charlie Cox as Daredevil. Charlie Cox he plays the hell out of that role as
I like
Daredevil.
him as Daredevil. I agree with that.
Yep. So
all right. So that was rapid fire.
yeah.
Now I want to talk a couple of things here. Couple things.
Before we move on, can I ask a quick question?
By all means.
All right. So this has been more a DC than an MCU thing, but what do you think about more backstories of these villains?
Me personally, Sony is trying to do that, and it's not working out for them. Morbius was not a good movie. Craven, I haven't seen it yet. Now they hit with Venom because he's an anti-hero. So they hit with him, right? Once they get Venom into the MCU, he's gonna be a nemesis to Spider-Man. He's gonna be one of the main villains there. So it's been with Sony, it's been a miss to me. It's been a miss. Now we're seeing the backstory right now. We're seeing the backstory of a super villain, anti-villain. He's a superhero, but he's an anti-villain that's coming soon. With Sentry. Sentry is coming in Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
So we getting the backstory, but I don't think that we need to go too far in detail in the backstory with villains.
I think to your point, Daya, it's kind of been like they've been missing the mark. But I very frankly think it's because, and this sounds so mean, but who they're choosing. Homeboy Tom, whatever his name that plays Venom.
He was good. Tom Hardy was good.
Tom Hardy. People love Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is just another actor with range.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is just somebody you like to watch, right? So going to see Venom is secondary to seeing Tom Hardy. Then when you realize, oh, Venom's actually good, okay. Then you like Venom at the movie. Yeah. But when you got actors like, who's the dude playing Craven? I don't even know who that is.
You
see what I'm saying? Like when you got people who are doing these characters that are good characters, good villain characters, and you don't know who they are, you're like,
right. But that's what I'm saying, because if you get the right people, I think, like you said, MCU is missing the mark. But if you get the right people, like I enjoyed watching the villain without the hero and how they're coming up. When it came to Penguin, it was really good. You know what I mean?
The Penguin was good. That was good.
So I would like to see more of that type of stuff, is what I'm saying. In the MCU, as long as they get the right people.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna tell you another. I'm gonna tell you another one that another one is good. He's a bad guy, but he's good. He's the anti-hero, Peacemaker in the DC, right? But if you think about it, let's be realistic. Even with the villain movies in DC, they missed with Joker. The first one was okay. It was too slow. The second one wasn't good at all.
Right.
Yeah. They missed with that. Now, do I want to see a Lex Luthor backstory? Let's go back to the Marvel. Do I want to see a Doctor Doom backstory? I don't. Right now, Craven. You know how I would have liked it being introduced to Craven. I would like to be introduced to Craven with Kingpin paying him to hunt Spider-Man. That's how I would have liked to be introduced to Craven. And then during that time while he's hunting Spider-Man, he could get into the backstory why he's hunting him, he can get into backflashes of his story and stuff like that.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. With his range, I would love to see a Doctor Doom backstory if Robert Downey Jr. was doing
Going playing him.
I think it would be great with, of course, with the right director and everything. But with his range, I would love to see how he came up, and how they would tie it in, because originally he's actually on a rocket with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So, but how they would spin it so that it with Robert Downey Jr.'s range, I would like to see that.
Well, not only, I mean, we want to talk about. Well, there are three. I would say, to me, there are three that I would. But well, no, I take that back. One, Kang for sure. I'm gonna say Kang. You know why? Because Kang, what in the future made him decide he wanted to go back and do the things that he did. They never got to a point to tell why he decided he wanted to be the man at the end of time. Why he wanted the control the multiverse and the timeline, and why he wanted to kill off all the different versions of himself. They never really explained that. So I would like to see what happened in the future that made him want to go back, with him being the descendant of Reed Richards. So I think that, they could, like, with Dr. Doom, they could do it the way they did Thanos. Thanos was explaining his story.
Yeah.
And without a Thanos movie, he was explaining his story
without a dedicated movie.
He was like, well, my planet. He showed his planet. This is what my planet used to look like. This is what happened on my planet. My planet was overpopulated with people, so I decided that it's right that we get rid of half the people, etc. Like, he explained it without having to have a whole movie.
Do you think Jonathan Majors would have been a good Kang if all of this hadn't happened? Because he would have had to play multiple roles, because there's so many different versions of Kang.
I think he was filling the role right. I do. I think he was filling the role right. I mean, they could replace him and keep the story going. But he's been in talks with Marvel, but they've been talking about bringing him back.
Yeah,
they try to bring him back. Yeah. So
as they should, because even what we saw in Loki, how we saw the different versions of him. That one episode where it was like towards the end of the episode, and we saw the stadium full of the different Kang variants.
Yeah,
we saw like maybe 10 versions of him.
Yeah, the
like,
Council of Kang
into the camera, right?
Yep, the Council of Kang.
Yeah, we saw like 10 versions of him, and they were all like less than like maybe 30 seconds of these versions of him speaking. And what he did with just that little bit of time, to me, proved himself. Like,
he was Rama Tut, the Scarlet Centurion. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think he was deserving, very much so, very much so. Okay. Yeah. All right, so I want to ask y'all, and I'm scared to go into it, but we're gonna do it anyway. Let's talk about the recastings. What are y'all's feelings on the recasting, like the controversy of the recasting of Black Panther versus the recasting of General Thaddeus Ross? Like, so many people are like, oh, well, everybody's talking about don't recast T'Challa, because he passed away, but they was quick to recast Thaddeus Ross when what's his name? I forgot, his name just left me. I can see his face when he died.
And well, this is the thing. Yeah, well, this is the thing right here, right? So there was no opposition with recasting Thaddeus Ross from his people, from white people, but everybody's like, no, don't. Black people's like, don't recast T'Challa. When in fact, Shuri takes in the comic book. Shuri takes up the reign anyway. And you know what I'm saying? Shuri takes up the reign for a little bit, and then that's when
because he breaks his back.
He breaks his back. So she takes up the reign anyway, but it's a short amount of time. Before the wars of Wakanda, everybody starts getting to fight over there for the power and all that stuff. Like, they was trying to do that. They was trying to do that in Black Panther when they on Namor, right? They was trying to like, well, somebody has to do it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because remember, they was about to give it to the monkey people. They was like, hey, you come on and be our person, right? So no, I think I think Shuri needs to stay in the chair, and then the next time we see, the next time we see the Black Panther, it should be the son taking up the
Agreed.
yeah, it should be the son
Agreed.
because and he is the rule for a long time. Like that's what
Yeah,
people don't say.
exactly.
He
And
rules
that's not a
for
recasting; it's moving the story along.
it's moving the story along.
Because that's how it's supposed to happen, right?
That's how it's supposed to happen, and he rules for a long time, like a very long time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
but I agree with you. It was more us holding on to it because it was so good. It was something that we as Black people could claim, and we just didn't want to let it go.
yeah,
We didn't want to let it go. Listen, like we talking about the MCU oversaturating. Chadwick Boseman played that role so good. We was cracking up when he went on Saturday Night Live and did
Jeopardy.
Black Jeopardy. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we just didn't want to let that go. So I get it, but no, it does need to move forward. Everything moves forward, and you can say what you want. As a purist, it moves along anyway. Like you said, like we both said, he broke his back. Sure, he took it over for a little while, but then the son takes over.
Yep.
And that's just the way it was.
Yep.
Well, I don't think that. And listen, I saw in some of them groups, I saw some black people like, nah, recast his ass. Like I seen it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't all of us, but I agree. The majority of us was like, no, cast that sacred role. That role is sacred, which I wholeheartedly agree with. However, I think there's a fine line between understanding. There's a difference between recasting so that that character can continue to be involved and moving forward based on the true storyline, which goes back to my point earlier in this episode in the conversation is there's a difference between people who just watch the movies and purists who understand the comic books and know the true storyline.
Well, that's the thing too. A lot of people didn't go see Black Panther 2 because they thought they was like, okay, well, they're not gonna recast it. They just gonna put the girl as the Black Panther, and nobody wanted to see the girl as the Black Panther, not knowing that she naturally took the role.
That was a natural progression of it.
It was a natural progression of the Black Panther. They
Yeah.
just had to speed it up because of Chadwick Boseman's death.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
So, yeah.
Agreed.
She has a role in the Secret Wars, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But T'Chaka, the son is the one that's going to be doing all the fighting. So next time we see the son should be like 19, 20 years old,
right?
And ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, hey.
No, I'm with it.
Listen, and what's the Chadwick's love interest in Black Panther? What's her name?
Not Okoye.
The T'Challa's mother, T'Challa T'Challa Jr.'s mother.
Yeah. What is her name?
It should have been Storm.
It should have been Storm.
It should have been Storm, but since it wasn't, shout out to her thick self.
It should have been Storm. Hold on, I keep coming up with her real name, but hold on.
Yeah.
Because now you're making me.
When she went to find Shuri at the Angela Bassett Center to find her, and she was in that tight suit swimming in that water.
Nakia.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Nakia. Yeah. I kept saying Lupita, but that's her real name. Yeah.
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 I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And that wasn't drawing. That was real, bro.
That was real.
That was real.
Yeah.
Audience, I'd like to apologize.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Y'all choose which one we're going to talk about first. Agatha All Along not literally versus, but are we going to talk about Agatha All Along first, or are we going to talk about why people have a disdain for Iron Man 3?
Well, Agatha All Along, I haven't even finished watching it yet. I haven't finished watching it yet. Because I had a heartache with Disney Plus, and I got rid of them for a little while.
And this right here. You
gotta get a fire stick, bro.
I know.
You was beefing with Disney Plus.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I feel you. I feel you. I'm not even mad at that answer.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's start with Iron Man 3. I thought it was as great as an actor as Robert Downey Jr. is. I thought that the whole Iron Man series, other than the first one, was really trash. I liked Mickey Rourke as Whiplash. I did, and that was okay. But Iron Man 3, I mean, again, you got so many villains that you can come up with all of these characters. And you came up with this, some multi guy, and I say multi as in molten lava. Like,
Yeah, the fake Mandarin.
yeah. Oh, that pissed me off, bro.
And because the real Mandarin was over there in Shangri-La somewhere. He over there with Iron Fist and all of them, and Shang-Chi and them.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, I got a comment after that on that when we finish this. But yeah, with the fake Mandarin, I was pissed.
Yep.
Like, come on, you could have came up with so many other things. You came up with the fake Mandarin. Come on.
I like how they humanized him in it. He was having anxiety and all that stuff. He was having panic attacks. But yeah, I didn't like that either. And then not only that, the like there were parts of the movie that I did like, but the story and the way it was told, I didn't like how he was trying to be a detective, if that makes sense. Like, why are you snooping around like this? You got Rhodey for that. Like, why you doing this yourself?
Well, to me, they had to figure out a way to explain why he had invented so many different types of armor. Because we know that he has armor for everything. You can go underwater, you can go in space. Now, in the movie version, one set of armor does all of that. But when you talk about the comics, mostly, and even in the animation, it's like and not the new Avengers, but the old Iron Man series. You know, he had a huge room, and it was like a different armor and all of these. It almost looked like the negative zone where they have all the prisoners. It was just like all these different
pods.
Yes, pods. So they had to figure out a way to introduce all the different types of armor that he had, and that was a way of showing all the different types. But I thought the storyline was trash. I didn't like it at all. And again, like we both said, it's so many villains that all of these guys fight. You don't have to reach like that. You could have did so much better.
Yeah.
I
agreed.
I can't say that I liked the storyline. And I agree in terms of the villain. But you've got to give it up for some of those action sequences. I think some of those action sequences were precursors to some of the other stuff that we saw in the other movies, the Avengers movies, Captain America, blah, 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 blah. So like when we see Iron Man virtually using his suit to save those people out the plane, you know, that got blown up when the plane blows up or whatever, and he saves those people before they die or hit the water, you know, raw. I feel like the action sequences were thoroughly planned out and executed. But I do agree, when you're looking at it from the peer view of somebody that knows the actual story, of like, oh, okay, this is what y'all chose. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna ride with you.
I like you think about it. How did they cure Pepper Potts? We never found that out.
We never found that out, right?
Yeah. We know. It was a line, yeah.
Some amoxicillin.
I was able to fix Pepper. Okay.
Well, you know, certain things when you deal with people like this, you just have to understand that. And I say this about, for example, Star Trek all the time. All of this happens, but it's the Enterprise. We just had to accept the fact that Tony Stark is a genius. So even though we don't physically see it, he figured out a way to cure Pepper.
Well, they gave us a couple of lines, when he's like, "Oh, well, 20 years ago when I was drunk, I almost had the whole thing figured out. So I'm sure I can figure it out now."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then later
Yeah.
on, the
yeah,
narration in the
yeah,
background,
yeah.
yeah, and I was able to fix Pepper.
But let me say
Okay.
this: before we go to Agatha, I got to get this off my chest. I am pissed. I liked what is it, Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Yep.
I
Shang-Chi.
like that movie. Don't get me wrong. I love that movie. But the fact that his dad is the Mandarin
It's the Mandarin. Yep.
and the 10 rings are just a big ass slinky instead of the ring, like in the old cartoon series where it is actually 10 rings. And
Hey,
shout out,
Reggie.
yes, yes,
Yep.
exactly. Hey, listen, shout out to Derek Nolly. Me and Nolly was talking about
Nolly.
yesterday, and he was like, "Well, Reg, really, they couldn't show like all the rings and all the stuff they did." And I said, "They did that with the Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones." I said, "With all the AI you have now, why couldn't it be the actual rings like in the cartoon series so many years? Like some of the stuff I understand they have to change, and some of the stuff I think they need to stick to it."
Yeah.
And the stuff that they did with the rings in the movie, I liked. I was impressed with. But again, you talking pure. I wanted to see my man put the rings on and actually, because all the rings. Because remember in the old cartoon, something happens and the rings get lost, and he's searching for the rings just like they search for the Infinity Stones. And he finds one, then he finds another, then he gets 5, and eventually he gets all 10. And that's when he challenges Iron Man.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So I don't think that it had
Yeah.
to be, again, a big ass slinky. I think they could have did so much better with that.
Yeah. Because I would rather see Iron Man and the real Mandarin go, because this dude been around, like he lived like for damn near forever, right?
Yeah.
And it would have been good to actually see them two get at it. And I'm gonna tell you, since we talk about Shang-Chi, I'm gonna tell you what would have been great to see if they kind of hinted towards Come Loud and the introduction of Iron Fist, the Legend of the Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm.
If they did that if they hinted towards that in it.
Yeah.
But they gave us that. They gave us Iron Fist in we saw Iron Fist in the television, not television, but on the streaming.
Oh no, yeah, but I understand that, but
I
sooner or
think
later
they
he's gonna
thought
come
about
to the
that.
MCU. Yeah. Sooner
I
or later he's
agree.
gonna come.
Yeah, I think that they, again, trying to figure out how to appease the purists versus
Danny
engage
Rand.
the audience. You know what I'm
My
saying?
man Danny Rand, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So what episode did you get up to, Daya? Come on, Daya. Work with me on Agatha.
Half of the first one.
What?
I have no dog in this fight.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah.
Hey, Amanda, sounded like Cliff Huxtable when he said he didn't read the book, and then he had to clear up.
Hey, I have no dog in this fight. I would sit down and I will powerhouse it today.
Yo, I mean, I'm hearing. Listen, my dear friend Rashid, who was supposed to be on, I think I mentioned earlier that Rashid couldn't be on. He had some unexpected circumstances come up, but him and I, like, he's the one who he reached out and he was like, "Yo, you seen Agatha yet?" And I was like, I was trying to wait because you know what we do. Reggie, me and you have talked about this. We watch it as they come out, then be mad that we got to wait a week for the next one. So we try to wait and then binge watch, so we don't be like chomping at the bit, like crack fiends, waiting for the next episode. And so literally, true story, I'm sitting getting my nails done and I'm watching. I'm okay. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm just watch. So I'm watching. I'm gonna be here 2 hours. I'm gonna watch. See what's up. Watch 4 episodes. Get my nails done. Got home. Watched all 4 of them again. My son came over. My oldest son came over, and we got talking about it. He was like, "Yeah, because my girl was watching them, but I only seen the last 2. Watched the 4 again with them." By this time, now, this was a Saturday. The next Wednesday, the 5th one was coming out, so on and so forth. it got to the point where I was literally watching them like as they came out. I would watch the episode. After it ended, I'd watch it again because I was like so enthralled in the story itself and where it was going.
Yeah.
It got to one episode that, come to find out, is now the highest rated episode in MC. What is it called? Marvel television, whatever
Rating
it's
is
called.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the highest rated episode. I believe it's episode 6.
Well, I'm glad they fixed it, but because besides Loki, we was getting a whole lot of mid-level shows.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yes.
like we was getting a whole bunch. Like, I mean, we could have lived without Miss Marvel. We could have lived without WandaVision. We could have lived without Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, but watching Agatha, you could not have lived without WandaVision.
Yeah. Well,
There's
now,
the core.
WandaVision introduced Binary and Beast.
Yeah.
So that was important.
Yeah.
When did WandaVision introduce that?
Not what's her name? The black chick, not Binary. What's the black chick?
The Marvels. The Marvels movie introduced those.
Pulsar.
No. The
No.
black chick went through
Monica.
Monica.
Monica Rambeau.
And
Yeah,
Beast.
Pulsar. Yeah. Pulsar.
But we got introduced to them in the Marvels, not WandaVision. We got introduced to her in WandaVision.
Yeah.
Then to
And
later,
we got introduced to Beast, didn't we? Oh no, that was
No.
You're right.
That was the end credits for Marvel Vision. Yeah. But nonetheless,
The multiverse.
I was quite pleased with Agatha. For multiple reasons. They did.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I'm going to just be straight up. This is Life Uncensored, capital UN. There was one episode where I'm like, why was this part necessary? And I won't spoil it for you. You'll see it, and I know you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because it was like, why is this necessary? Why we got to see this? Can you just continue with the dialogue?
Yeah.
I'll let you see it for yourself. I won't say nothing else. But other than that, now we're meeting and understanding Wiccan. We got to meet Wiccan in WandaVision. Like they've done a lot there where they left the door open for us to get kind of like some of the stuff that you were saying earlier, like who we should start seeing and start being introduced to, because of I can't ruin it. You didn't only seen half of the first episode, so I can't even say that part.
I'm gonna watch it all. I'm gonna watch it all. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it all. What's the name? And now I'm sitting here thinking about all the shows. Now I'm gonna tell you one show that was really, really underrated. Was Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion was good.
It was good.
Yeah, that one was underrated. And people was talking about, I ain't like this, blah blah blah. I'm like, now we got a super squirrel running around the planet now. So
thank you.
Yeah, I want to win the Valentina knows about the super squirrel. I wonder why she didn't have her hook up with the Thunderbolts, or because they kind of add their own little flavor to it, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I mean, you got a super squirrel running around right now. I mean,
well, that might come down the line. They got so much stuff coming, and we don't even know what Secret Wars and all of that is going to entail.
True.
I'm sure with them introducing Red Hulk, that's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we got, you can see so much coming from that, because in Captain America, they also introduced the new Falcon.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So it's we just got to see which way they're gonna go with it.
Well, we shouldn't be seeing this version of Captain America too much longer. Like, we shouldn't. This may be for real. This may be his last standalone movie with Falcon as Captain America. This may be the last standalone.
It wouldn't be surprising. I mean, but at the same time, it wouldn't be surprising if they go another way with it. We've seen them do other odd things.
So I got another question. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your statement.
No. Go ahead.
Were you happy or disappointed when Falcon got chosen as Captain America? Because that could have went both ways. Because Bucky was also Captain America.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the thing right here, though. Bucky's stint as Captain America wasn't long either.
Right.
It wasn't long. So I mean, I guess they just kind of skipped it right on over it. So
because I was sitting there wondering which one it was going to be, thinking it was going to be Sam, but I wasn't sure. So that's why I was just asking what was your take on that?
No, yeah, I think they did right. They progressing this along, but we're again after this one, we're not going to get any more standalone Captain America movies. I don't think so, because they want that.
It would be a stretch if they did.
Yeah, because they well, if and this my thing, if they did another Captain America movie, it would a standalone. It would have to be a variant of Steve Rogers they brought back. It would have to be a different variant.
Another one with Sam?
No, we're not gonna get another one with Sam.
I'm just curious why you say that.
No, we're not. Because I don't think this movie. Me personally, I don't think the movie's gonna do good. Because everybody wants they white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired Captain America. I don't think this is gonna do good.
Yeah.
So it's straight up. Like you can't go from Chris Evans to dude that was battle rapping Eminem. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, his real name's Clarence. Like, you can't do that. So I mean, Anthony Mackie is a good actor, or whatever case may be, and this is going to be an espionage kind of film, whatever case may be. But they need a man with super serum to put this team back together.
Not just the suit.
Yeah, that's just the suit. And you know what I'm saying? And then I like how they introduced Avery Bradley in this, and Patriot. You know what I'm saying? The grandson, all that stuff. So I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna get a little taste of all of this. And he's the only one. He's Captain America. He got the wings, all this stuff, but he's the only one that really ain't got no powers. So he's just Hawkeye with a shield. Nobody's gonna be interested in that for too long. That's why Hawkeye ain't got his own movie. Black Widow, they had to tell a backstory so they can introduce everybody else that we see in the Thunderbolts. Yeah. And Yelena Belova, which eventually took over. Right. So I mean, nobody. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. No.
That's why in all of if you think about it, that's why you see in all of these Captain America commercials, they emphasizing on Harrison Ford. They're emphasizing on the Red Hulk, the action, everybody jumping through windows and breaking stuff, cars getting thrown, stuff like that. They focusing on him being attacked. They're not focusing on his fighting sequences or none of that stuff.
Yeah, right. And they say you're no Steve Rogers.
You're no Steve Rogers.
Yeah. Yeah.
He told him what the rest of America is thinking.
Subliminal hint.
Yeah. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's the truth.
All right, gentlemen, we're about to move on to some trivia. Look, Reggie, you can cheat.
I can cheat.
This is our Marvel Encyclopedia, year by year. Copy one.
From 1939 to the present.
I did.
I mean, listen, the graphics in it alone, like the information alone, copy one. Because it's some good stuff. It's a good read.
Any going into the index, good or bad that you can name, we can look in this book and find it.
And find information, how it was developed, who they eventually, mesh with, all that. Yeah.
I did.
It's a good read. Courtesy of Amazon.
I had to look it up.
So we're about to go into some trivia.
Okay.
Let's see how purest of the pure you guys are. Hey, Daya, use that Prince George's County education, okay?
I'm gonna try.
All right. Number one, Stan Lee started working for Marvel Comics in 1939. What was the original name of the comic?
Ooh.
It wasn't Marvel.
No, it wasn't, because I've read this before, but this ain't this type of stuff I hold on to.
It was Hold
Hold on. I am looking it up. I'm not gonna lie.
on. No, it's because Kirby came a little bit later after him. It was not Kirby. I'm not gonna. Was it Kirby Comics?
Nope.
Mm-mm. Oh, I know what it is.
Say it.
It's Timely Comics.
Timely Comics.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Timely Comics.
Victor Timely. Victor Timely.
Yeah.
Timely
Yeah.
Comics. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. Exactly.
Victor
I was
Timely,
wondering
that's
if y'all was gonna pick that one up because we had just mentioned Victor Timely earlier on.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
right.
Yep.
I totally
Victor
missed
Timely.
it.
Yep. Victor Timely. That's right.
Okay. Number 2. Just 2 years later, remember, started in 1939. Just 2 years later, in 1941, Stan Lee became the editor-in-chief. How old was he?
Oh, he was young because he was like right out of the military.
Yeah, Stan Lee lived a long time because he died when he was like almost 100. So I think he was like 22.
Reggie,
I'm
guess?
gonna say 26.
He was 19.
Whoa.
Wow.
Could you imagine being 19 years old and the editor-in-chief of anything?
Well, you got to think about this. Back then, 12-year-olds was driving to the store. And
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? Like things was a little bit different back then. You know, and it was 14 and 50-year-olds working stores. Like there wasn't no child labor laws back then.
No, sure wasn't. Yep, 19 years old. Okay. Next one. Who was the first character Stan Lee co-created?
Namor.
That was a good guess, but no.
No.
No, if it's not Namor, it's Thor. Captain America. No, I'm not. I guess it's not Namor.
No.
Was it the Hulk? I know it wasn't the Hulk. I knew that wasn't his first, but I just guessed.
I thought it was Namor. Hold on.
I'm looking it up.
I don't know.
Y'all ready?
I thought it was
Hold
Namor.
on. Oh, we would have never got this. It's the Destroyer.
The Destroyer in Mystic Comics.
Mm-hmm.
The Destroyer.
August 1941.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have never got that.
Yeah.
Now this one y'all should get because y'all talked about it a little bit earlier. I don't know if you realize you talked about it. Who did Stan Lee often say his favorite character was? And why was that his favorite character?
It wasn't Peter Parker.
It was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's your average neighborhood Spider-Man. He's a New Yorker.
Say that again. He's a what?
A New Yorker.
New Yorker. No, I think it's for pretty much the same reason I said. He humanized him greatly.
He said
he had the problems of regular people
because he could relate to Spider-Man's everyday struggles. He himself could relate to Spider-Man's
Yeah.
struggles. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a New Yorker.
All right, next one. Which character or characters boosted Marvel to success?
Thor, Captain America, Iron Man for sure. Iron Man came a little bit later on.
I'm gonna say Spider-Man.
Yeah, but Spider-Man's one of them too. But it's predominantly, I want to say Thor.
Boosted Marvel to success. Put Marvel on the map.
The Hulk? I'm staying with Thor.
Okay.
I say Spider-Man.
The Fantastic Four.
What?
Oh, you know what? I did know that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Wrong as hell.
Mm-hmm. Who was the Fantastic Four co-created with and when?
Jack Kirby, and it was 1969, I think.
A little earlier.
61.
61.
Yeah,
Jack Kirby in
I knew-
61.
I knew it was one of those 2 years. Yeah, I knew it was one because remember, the movie they're basing it in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so okay. Yeah, okay. I was off by a little bit.
Okay, y'all not doing too bad. All right, next one. Which Marvel character did Stan Lee base partially on himself?
They based partially on themselves. Marvel character?
No, Tony Stark.
No,
It's actually going to be pretty obvious once you realize who it is.
Captain America.
Nah. All right, I got to guess.
Yeah,
it wasn't Tony Stark.
This one is. I didn't know this one myself. Stan Lee based partially on himself. Which Marvel character?
Is it a hero or villain?
Neither.
Marvel character.
I don't think it's. I don't know, but I got an idea, but I don't think it's right.
Marvel character that he was. Why is it gonna be something off the chain like Wong or something? Nah.
Y'all give up?
Yeah, I don't know.
J. Jonah Jameson, the grumpy editor-in-chief at the.
That is so obvious.
I told y'all. Yep.
He even looks like him.
A little bit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The raspy voice, all of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Stan Lee made a cameo in almost every Marvel movie. What was his cameo in the Avengers?
Which one?
The 2012, the Avengers.
The original?
The first one.
In that one, I believe.
Was he in the scene where they got invaded?
Yeah, I think he was like looking out the window or something.
Yeah, he was in the scene when they got invaded.
Y'all are so close. Is
it when the coffee shop?
Was he a bus driver?
No, he wasn't a bus driver.
That was in Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was in Spider-Man. What's his name? This is when it wasn't at the coffee shop, but he was like kind of turning around and looking, like, here comes trouble or something like that. I forgot what.
Not that one. It wasn't that one.
All right, well.
Remember, y'all give up? Y'all want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Remember at the end, after they won the fight and everything, and
they got shawarma.
They was about to go get shawarma, and they're doing the interviews with everybody, and you see a storefront with a TV with a bunch of TV screens.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's being interviewed, and he's one of the guys. He's like,
hey.
"There ain't no such thing as superheroes. That's some bull. There ain't no such thing."
I remember that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was in a coffee shop.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Yeah.
It was him, in a news clip.
So before you finish, I had a quick question.
Yeah.
What is the connection between Avengers, the original movie 2012, and Blue Bloods, the TV show?
I never watched Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods is with not Mark Wahlberg, Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg, yes.
I never watched it. Blue Bloods.
I'm not sure.
So Blue Bloods, Tom Selleck is the police commissioner, and he's aides. And one of the aides, when the show starts off, he's Donnie Wahlberg's lieutenant, and then he gets promoted to Tom Selleck's staff. He's the cop when Captain America comes down and says, "I need you to set up a perimeter," and da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, "Why should we listen to you?"
Who's the cop?
The same guy, this Tom Selleck's assistant in Blue Blood. He's a New
Tom
York cop.
Selleck's assistant is the dude in that scene of talking to Captain
Yes.
Marvel.
And he's a
Oh,
New York City cop
I didn't know that.
in both
In both of them, the
shows.
movie and the show.
He typed.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, he typecast it.
Yes. So you know what I'm talking about, Amanda?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because then Captain America beats up somebody and he's like, "Yeah, I need you to set up a perimeter." Yeah.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
Yep. All right, just two more left. Two more. What was Stan Lee's last? We just talked about what his cameo was in Avengers, the 2012 movie. What was his last cameo before he passed in 2018?
Spider-Man.
Think about it. Think about the movies.
The movies, and you talking about?
And when they came out.
I still say Spider-Man.
Okay. Stand on it. Stand on business.
No, hold on. Because he wasn't in Ant-Man. Because remember, after he passed away, they started doing tributes to him in the beginning of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, he wasn't in Quantumania. He wasn't in Shang-Chi.
It's not Spider-Man.
Is it Endgame?
It's Endgame.
Yeah,
it's Endgame.
He was a hippie. He played the hippie in the 70s when they went back in time.
Make peace, not love.
Yes.
I had to think about it. I was like, no, Endgame.
Yep.
That's why I had to think. I really had to think about it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Endgame.
Yep. Okay. Now y'all better get this because it's the easiest question on this piece of paper I'm looking at. When is Stan Lee's birthday?
The 28th.
Thank you. Look at Dia's face. I literally said it at the beginning of this episode.
He said it at the beginning, yes.
That Prince George's County education for you, I tell you.
No, I was like, I was gonna say the 27th, but I wasn't paying no mind. I don't know.
The 28th.
Hey.
Yeah. She literally said it at the beginning of the show.
On purpose. On purpose. All right. Before I let y'all go, I got one more question.
Come on, I got cognac to drink.
All right, this is the last one.
You took too long, bro.
This is the last thing for y'all.
Okay.
If you can change one thing about any one character, who would it be and what would it be? If you can change anything about any one character, who would the character be and what would the one thing be?
So off the top of my head, just without going down the rabbit hole, because once I do that, I can think of 1,000 things. But the first thing that popped into my mind, T'Challa and Storm staying together and making a power couple, that would have did so much.
You broke the rules.
How did I break the rules?
I said one thing about one character.
T'Challa keeping Storm.
Okay. Daya, I'm not doing this with you. Okay, Daya.
Now, me personally, this is me. Captain America, right? If I could change one thing about Captain America, I will make him more savage, like more on the terms of like Deadpool. Like he be murking people and be doing all the crazy stuff like Captain Britain and Captain.
But then he wouldn't be able to yield the Mjolnir.
Society will never let Captain America do what you want him to do, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He stands for
justice and peace and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Everybody have a breaking point. I would like he need to be like Captain Hydra. Captain Hydra be murking people. He'd be like John Walker. John Walker, you know what I'm saying? What's his name? The soldier. US agent.
Yes, US agent. I know, yeah.
It'd be like US agent. The Walmart brand Captain America.
I would change Black Widow.
Two.
I would,
I said 2.
I would change her. The one thing I would change about her is I would give her a hidden power. Like she would have a power of some sort. Because she's a badass without any powers. I would give her a power of some sort. Not necessarily sure which power it would be,
Double deep cut.
but
Like
absolutely not.
some,
But it would be some. It would be some power that she would have.
give her the power where she can create like shields with her like her arm, like force like a shield, like a barrier, like that, something like that.
It would be something. It would be something. Because she's a badass without any powers. So imagine her with power.
Or the guns come out of her arms.
There was an episode of Family Guy where, you know, Family Guy always does cutaways.
Yeah.
And they did a cutaway. They was like, you just as useless as Black Widow with the Avengers. And so everybody's going around with their superpowers or whatever. And they're like sitting around a round table, like, oh, okay, yeah, and I can do this. Like,
oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
she was like, and they were like, what she do? She was like, I can kick. And she like throws up her leg. She's like, kick, 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 kick.
Everybody was like, yeah, Family Guy, that's my favorite show.
Gentlemen, we're done. I'm going to ask you again, Daya, if you will say again, tell everybody your plug for your show, how they can see it and all that good stuff.
All right, now, you can follow me at the author Daya Shakur on Instagram, or you can go ahead and tune in to Journey of a Jackass podcast on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find me there. Tune in, I'm there. And if you feel like laughing, I'm the place where you need to be.
Tune in. He ain't playing.
I can believe that, and I've never seen it, but I can believe it. I will be watching.
Yeah, Daya wild as fuck. Yeah. Do you have any engagements, anything coming up, with your books or anything like that? You got anywhere you're gonna be?
Well, we're planning our expo.
Okay.
We're planning our expo already. We're in the beginning planning stages of that. And then right now, my next event actually is not till February. I'm doing an event, and then I'm leaving to go to Antarctica for 14 days.
Okay.
16 days, yeah. I'm flying to South America, then I'm cruising to Antarctica.
Okay. Y'all, stay up with Daya. Make sure y'all know what he's up to. Like, follow, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right?
And all that. And guess what? And if you see me outside, just go like this. It was like, what up?
Don't do that, y'all.
Tell me about my story times. I give
oh my God, story time with Daya. We're not going. Do that. It's very enlightening. Yeah, do that.
If you go back to my first episodes, and I'm at episode 73 now, right? You go back to my episodes and you listen to my show. People say they tune in to my show just to listen to the story times.
No lies.
And the dumbasses of the week. So
no lies.
I'm gonna start. I already put the separate segments for story time for dumbass of the week up already. But the story times I guess I gotta start snipping the story times now too, because people love the story times.
Y'all, legit tune in. No lies are told. No lies. Mr. Franks, can you plug Where To for me?
So Where To is a regional driving service that I'm going to say on the East Coast, because I've been all the way up as high as Boston, and I've been all the way down as far as Miami. And like I said, it's a driving service that will basically meet all your needs as far as where you need to go, how you need to get there, and it'll be a great experience for you. I don't drive to Antarctica though, sorry. No. But I could drive you to South America. And get on the boat with you.
It sounds like you selling women.
We can get you where you need to go.
We'll talk off camera.
Gentlemen, before you part, Any last words? Can you give us your favorite Marvel quote, like from any episode, movie, anything? Favorite Marvel quote,
Oh yeah, I got one.
please.
Hold on, I forgot it. My mind went blank. Oh no, I do. I got one right here. Oh, with great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben.
Uncle
That is a
Ben.
great quote. That is a great quote. That is a timeless quote because it goes all the way back to the comic books. My quote is going to be, "I am Iron Man."
Uh,
Yes.
uh, or
Yes.
or you should have went for the head.
That's a great, yeah.
Should've went for
Or
the
look, or
head.
to follow up, he told me to go for the head.
He told me to go.
Gentlemen, you have been a pleasure, a ball of fun. I appreciate you very much. This will not be the last time. It might be the last time I put y'all two on the same show together because y'all niggas crazy. But that's neither here nor there. I appreciate you, my brother Reggie, my dear friend Daya. Y'all are awesome. I ask y'all to stick with me while I close out the show just another couple of minutes if you don't mind. Say goodbye to the gentlemen, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Keith Franks, also known as Reggie, and the author Daya Shakur. Y'all, I hope you had as much fun as I did. Couple of housekeeping notes for you. If you have any ideas for topics on our show, Life Uncensored, Navigating Adulthood, one episode at a time, hit up our website, life-uncensored.com. Scroll down to the bottom, drop us a note so we know what topic you'd like for us to discuss. Additionally, same place, same website, life-uncensored.com. If you want to promote your service or your product, we are here to assist. Same thing, drop us a note so we can talk with you and see how we can collaborate. In the meantime, make sure that you tell your family, your friends, your neighbors, everybody you know, like, subscribe, share, follow. We are on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Make sure that you are staying up to date with what we got going on, our latest episodes, this, that, and the third. I'm going to leave you with my quote, and they're going to be directly from Mr. Stan Lee. There's two quotes. The first one, I used to be embarrassed because I was just a comic book writer, while other people were building bridges or going on to medical careers. And then I realized entertainment is one of the most important things in people's lives. Without it, they might go off the deep end. Basically saying anything that you do, if it's important to you, if you're passionate about it, it makes a difference. There's a purpose. And then the second quote from Mr. Stan Lee, Marvel has always been and always will be a reflection of the world right outside our window. And when he explained this quote, he said it was always important to him that his characters were relatable, something we talked about in this episode, facing challenges like discrimination, personal struggles, or societal conflicts. For example, the X-Men served as a metaphor for civil rights issues, which, if you watch, you know. While Spider-Man, on the other hand, struggled with balancing his powers in everyday life. So keep that in mind. Happy birthday to Mr. Stan Lee. Thank you for all that you've given us in Marvel, all the characters that you were able to bring to life that have made a difference for all of us out here on Earth 616. We appreciate it. And I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. You have been a joy. Stay tuned for our next episode next time in January. Until then, happy holidays. See ya.